So there's what the pros do, and there's what you do and what I do. So we want to get better. We want to be achieving better results off the tee. And today I want to share with you a video tip that's going to take you less than 5 minutes to do to improve how you hit the ball off the tee, to improve your consistency, to improve the length you hit it, all within 5 minutes. I know how precious time is. I don't get time to practice, so I totally understand that. So I want to provide with you a tip that's not going to take you loads of time or effort to introduce it into your game to make a real difference straight away. First of all, let's get into the setup I want you to really focus on. If I take my address position here with my driver, this is comfortable for me. And if we look now at my trail arm, it's very, very straight. Now when my trail arm gets too straight, the two tendencies that tend to happen would either be a backswing that be picked up and chopped down and across, or a roll of the wrist trying to get the golf club more behind me from this kind of locked out straight position with the trail arm. What I want you to do is bend the arm as if you're giving blood or doing the dumbbell, and try and keep this right arm tucked in, almost pressed against your rib cage while you take your address position. So in here like that. That is the key. If you want to go down your trouser leg, do a little dumbbell, reach across, trying to keep that right arm tucked in as much as you can, or lead arm on the club first, trail arm brings it underneath, and we get in this position and try and feel this bent, and then from there try and make our swing. I'm okay with that. The key thing we want to do here is make sure that trail arm is more bent and sits underneath the lead arm. That helps the right relationship between the arm fold and wrist position as we take the club back. It also helps get our forearms, shoulders aligned correctly to help the path of the club. And it stops us kind of climbing on top of it like this, which leads us to hitting down on the ball, which is the worst thing we can do with the driver. So the first thing I want you to do, obviously, it's an instant change. Is just be aware of your trail arm address. Here's a quick message my son wanted to share with you.
Don't forget to subscribe to my Davies Golf channel.
The second thing, which is the only thing you're going to have to practice as such, the other thing is more a comfort thing, is a progressive practice routine. And again, I don't really want you to spend probably more than 9 balls on this. So the idea is basically we'd hit 3 balls setting up at this ball, 3 balls setting up this ball, and then 3 balls, and perhaps forever, setting up at this ball. Let me go through the detail in that. So if I take my setup to a ball now, and I'm going to just roll these 2 just slightly out the way. If I take my setup to that ball there now, and now I address the ball here, again, just roll that slightly away. So I'm going to start my swing from here. I'm going to try and get the feeling of my chest and hips facing that golf ball at address. That is where I want to be at address. Then from there, what I'm going to do is swing and hit my driver with what I feel is my neutral, natural swing from that start location. What we'll get from that is an encouragement of hitting the ball from the inside and up on the ball. So it really encourages us to feel we're going from there. And what we'd want to do is hit 3 shots from that location. Next, we want to hit 3 balls from this location. So we're going kind of halfway between that and the ball. So we're setting up as normal, working back. Everything again points at that ball, and we're going to hit 3 drives from there. Then the last thing we're going to do is hit 3 drives from the furthest forward location. And I perhaps would recommend most of us, and I do this, and JOHN RHAM did this, use this location all the time. And if I'm trying to fade the ball, then I'll go more set up to the ball. But if not, if I want to hit a draw, I want to hit it down the right hand side or even straight, because I have a tendency to cut my drivers if anything, then this location, the JOHN RHAM location, is where I'd go. So again, set up as normal. JOHN RHAM location, feel everything feels a bit closed. And then swing. So simply, 3 balls, 3 balls, 3 balls, and then stay there for me unless you want to hit a cut. Do that for 5 minutes, ideally every week, but even if you did it 5 minutes once and stuck in that location, or if you managed to hit 5 balls before you play and went through that kind of routine, but obviously you wouldn't do 3 balls from each location. For me, that would be a game changer for your driving, and make sure you tuck that right arm in at address. Give those 2 things a go. to play better golf and drive it better today.